So, Touhou 6, what do I have to say about it? Many others have reviewed and gone in depth on this game. How can I capture what this game means not just to me, but the entire Touhou project community? Well, this game may have not been the first in this series, but it was the start of a new era, a change. This game didn't sell that much by any means. How could it? The developer was just one man who sold them at a convention. It's called Comiket, and at the time when Touhou 6 was being sold, it wasn't big. Now it has gained popularity since for lots of different reasons. I'm not here to talk about them. We're here for the game. Others who've covered this title told its story before, and I mean no disrespect. I don't think I'd stand at a booth by myself selling something at a small convention. I'd feel like a fool. So to Zune, I respect that you did that. Now we are here, playing your games. And there it is, Touhou 6, embodiment of Scarlet Devil. My very first thoughts on seeing it were that it's old. Come on, I can stomach retro games, but that doesn't change my first impression of it. So for those who know literally nothing about these main series games, since I hear even most hardcore fans don't actually bother playing these, I'll run you through the controls first. The obvious is moving your character with the arrow keys like this. You fire by pressing the Z key. You bomb the enemy with the X key. Each of the two playable characters have their own type of bombs. Now for when the screen gets filled and littered with bullets, you then have to maneuver around them. You hold down the Shift key, and this slows your character for precise movement between bullet patterns. The rest is collecting those blue icons to build up score to gain extra lives, and the red icons power up your shot. Now let's play this game, for real. I'll be doing this with Reimu Hakare. Going through this first stage, it's gonna be tame, obviously. But that's good for me. It gives me the chance to get acquainted with this game and Reimu herself. She moves well, her firing chases the enemy. It really makes you think she's nimble. Not like she has a choice being light in the air like this. You can imagine with how broke she is, there won't be much for her to consume. Except for this music. It's good, really good. And now I seem to be fighting a homeless child. Even if Reimu had something to give her, I doubt she would. I wouldn't give anything to anyone if they started attacking me either. So let's find out what her problem is. Well, yeah, she is definitely upset. But unfortunately for her, the song is on my side. I'm actually supercharged with adrenaline. This boss theme is actually helping me. So let's put this sorry yokai, named Rumia, in her place already. Reimu was pleased with that, and she would be. Always put bullies where they belong, even if they're hungry. Now, I have to confess something. I would have had this game set up properly if it was simple to get working on a modern built system, but it wasn't that straightforward. Even the keyboard I used couldn't register simultaneous key usage, and using a joystick had input delay. But getting the correct patch to make this game behave wasn't impossible. It just took a while, and I stole an old IBM keyboard from my grandparents, which fixed the control issue. But by the time I got to recording footage, it was 4 AM and I was exhausted at that point. That definitely affected my first attempt at taking on this game. It's not that I'm bad either. I play tons of shoot-'em-up style games besides Touhou. My actual attempt displayed much more of my skill. Yes, this game gave me headaches, but I can't hate it for that. The way this game is, I can forgive it for its misbehavior. I love it for the same reason the rest do. Its world, story, music, and characters. But I can't bring up its story as a cheap fill-in. I have to tell you what makes this game great at its core. And what I think it is that it captures something that other games can't do, without trying to be retro. This game isn't attempting to be retro. This game captures some of what made arcade games great. It's like that sweet woman you pay for. You know you're making a mistake with her, but you want to do so anyway, just for the experience. Arcade games took your money, but they gave you that experience. You'd spend all your quarters on them. This game is harsh on you and punishes mediocre players, just as an arcade game would. But did you get angry and break your keyboard? I didn't. I wanted to get better. This game has a story which only becomes interesting from this level onwards, and the writing is very, not normal, but I like that. Who wants every single game to be well written? This game has a charm to its writing. It doesn't take itself as seriously as stricter world-released games would. That's some of the magic Zune has, and I love it. He might as well have invented the one-man team. When you play this game, you're in his playground. I don't mind him having the strings because this experience is arcade-ish joy that could only be interrupted if my friends decide to bother me. I'm always drawn in by it, and the atmosphere. How dare I have friends who think I'd hang out with them? But back to this. During this point, my heart was racing. I just snuck into a mansion, but this Chernobyl incident cannot continue, so Reimu will have to fight them and fix it. And of course this game had me fighting a homeless child, and an idiot, then a Chinese woman. And now I'm fighting someone in pajamas. But I do feel almost sorry for her. Her boss music feels like she's sick and dying, so Reimu will have to put her out of her misery. This is genuinely sad. Now coming this far, this level decides whether you get to kiss its ass, or kick the final boss's ass. You can't be here on easy mode. Your run would end and it would tell you to just cry. It's a way of replayability. The game would be over and you'd feel like there was no challenge. So let's call out this boss and tell her that Reimu put down Patchouli Pajama's knowledge. She probably won't be happy about it, and won't let me gain entry to the big boss to give her a good spanking for what she's done for this whole Chernobyl incident. A French-style maid. This game doesn't take all its inspiration from Japanese culture. When you hear that Touhou project has yokai, you won't assume the characters to have European or even Western inspiration. Hell, I think the characters' designs are half of what makes us like or favor them. And I'm sorry, but Sakuya here looks very ugly, especially her face. The other characters are drawn kind of funny in a style that makes this game stand out. Sakuya probably had to put on some makeup to make herself look worse because her so-called master wanted some amusement. This final boss is cruel. Now I really need to get past this maid and teach this final boss a lesson. She's actually pissing me off. How dare she? How dare she recreate the Chernobyl scene in Scarlet, then abuse her loyal followers? If this leader cared, she would have spent her wealth trying to help Patchouli with her sickness. So begone with you, Sakuya. I'm going to avenge Patchouli, even though I was the one who killed her. Now, where is that little demon? She's got a big spanking coming her way. When I get my hands on her, I'll make her cry, for all the guys who could not make it to this level, or defeat her. I don't care who you are, or how many times you've played this game. When you get here, things are different. There's pressure, you want to win, you're almost there. This music has, that something of hell is coming. Funny story, I wasn't originally going to use her face as the profile of this channel, but after hearing this sound effect in her battle over and over and over again, I sort of grew this odd fondness for her. Aha, so Sakuya has come to her mistress's aid in one final attempt. I admire her loyalty and ability to get past the humiliation I put her through. This final boss has a keeper, but I can't have any more distractions. After this, the long-waiting duel with the final boss shall take place. So bring it on, Dio Maid, you won't stop me anyway. That was premature. But back to what I was saying before. Remelia Scarlet. I hate her. I am so frustrated by losing to her over and over again. But I also like her. She is by far the most hated Touhou project character to me. But she's also, in a way, my favorite. I have this odd-sounding relationship. I dislike many things about her, but I like all of her. It's passion, so many things together, and take that as you will. We all have stories to why we like or dislike certain characters, or even both, like in my case. Being here, and fighting her. It's an experience that frustrates me, but when I finally triumph in the end, it just shows me that this boss is a glorious one. I don't know if my words are truly doing justice, but Touhou 6, embodiment of the Scarlet Devil, is about Remilia. Her plan to disrupt the sun, all because to overcome her weakness of being a vampire. That she'd go out of the way to do something so sinister, only to find out that she just wanted to go outside. But I will tell you, I'm satisfied with that. Going through all this, a story that's not normal. So let me teach you the long-waiting lesson. Remilia, you can't fix all problems with childish antics. This fight isn't easy, it's damn tough. But you're going to get your spanking. You shall be disciplined, and all in Jinsokyo will be right once more. Such a damn brat. Remilia, you will put right the Scarlet Sky. Reimu won't give up here. Your servants are all beat up and one dead. Stop resisting your punishment, Remilia. I know you want to go outside, but there is a better way. You're only making this harder by delaying your much-deserved spanking. So let it end here. Stop with your selfishness, Remilia. There. That wasn't so hard. I suggest you have an umbrella for going outside from now on, Remilia, or you shall be punished once again. And that is that. Touhou 6 is unlike anything I've ever played before it. And it didn't disappoint, no matter how old it's gotten. And I'll leave you with these words. It's a flawed game, but still a perfect game. Thank you for watching.